Hey, what's up, Rick? I mean, we've met before, so I don't know why I'm introducing myself to you.
How you doing, buddy?
My name's Graham. I play in Tokyo Police Club.
You picked RC Pro-Am because I told you to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm a very agreeable guy.
Yeah. Because you like racing games. You like racing games. There it is.
Okay, so
Yeah. First off, I want to know.
I assume I gotta press A to go.
Oh yeah, you got that. I think it's B, isn't it?
B. Okay,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. You gotta get the hang of it.
Let's.
Ooh, wow, I'm worse at
Have
this.
you played video games at all? Well, you did the hunting because let's get to Big Buck Hunter.
Yeah,
because
so I love Big Buck Hunter.
Yeah.
Maybe A's break.
And
Okay,
you guys
you're not
like
supposed to.
went to Edmonton just to play Big Buck Hunter, correct?
Yeah. So basically, we were, as I think I may have said. Oh, I just got a power up on the Rick show, the Rick program before. Yeah, we found a bar that had our favorite game, Big Buck Hunter, in really good condition last time we were in Edmonton.
Yeah.
And so we felt like it would probably be appropriate to do a 3-day vacation before tour in Edmonton.
And how much money? Why does it say out all the time?
Probably because it's I'm outrageously good at the game. That's what you're hearing, viewers at home, is just my talent.
Yes. So how much money did you think you spent on?
I shudder to think. I would say, probably less than $100.
Wow.
But I'm not sure it was less than $100.
This hotel must have loved you guys being there.
Oh yeah. We were like, they opened up the back of the bar that had the Big Buck in it for us because it wasn't supposed to be open. They were giving us shots. Like it was. And then we found another bar because the first day the Big Buck bar at the hotel was closed. And so we found like the other closest pub. And we're like, oh man, do you guys know anywhere that has a Big Buck Hunter other than there? They're like, yeah, we have it. So we played it there. We made buds with them. We got like I asked for extra hot wings, and the chef made wings that I ate them 24 hours ago, and I'm still paying for it.
Where is this mysterious place?
It's called Mercer Tavern.
That's where it is. Okay.
Really good hang.
Well, nickname growing up. It's usually what I first start.
Nickname growing up.
Maybe you want to switch games?
We can try a different game, but
one more chance. Here we go.
I think you will find that I am equally shitty at every single game.
So nickname growing up.
So nickname growing up, they called me Spam when we were in like grade 6 because it rhymes with Graham.
That's a good name.
Like yeah, it was a pretty it's embarrassing now I guess, but it was a pretty funny I'm a kid and they call me like Spam Spamson. Like one of my first email addresses was spamspamson@yahoo.com. But don't try emailing it; it definitely does not exist anymore.
This was like grade 6, and then 2 years before that, you guys met, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
4.
So it would have been like Josh and Dave calling me that. I know, right? All of my stories are about these guys.
Who would you thought? So if this was the last TPC album, would you be content going out with this, or do you guys have it in you to? Yes, we're going to continue this after all these rumors about breaking up and.
Yeah, I hope we're going to continue. I don't think any of us wants to stop. Had I known that it was going to be the last one, I think I would have been content with it because I can narrativize in my brain pretty well.
Yeah.
But since it wasn't that, if it became the last one, it would bum me out just because I would, I like to know what's happening.
Wow.
So, I told you I would swear. Because I was kind of doing good for a second there, and then my. Do
you drive in the GTA area or no? Or is it everything's like transportation so good that you?
I don't have a car, so I have I have my license and everything, but no, I'm more of a walker. So, yeah, it's weird as you get older because you start to realize that keeping 4 people's priorities and schedules aligned is really tough. Greg has a kid. Dave has 9,000 new bands every time I turn around.
I was going to say, what's your take on that?
Let's try a different one now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think I did okay on that one, but
now
we're deciding which racing game is better.
Yeah. So you got to pick the twin turbo or the F1 machine. I don't know if you could drive an F1 machine on the streets of. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this is more my speed.
Okay, so you got to hit start, which is in the middle.
I thought I was playing.
So, speaking of one of Dave's many bands, what do you think of the Anyway Gang?
It's wicked. It's 4 songwriters whose work I love and have loved for many years, doing it all at the same time. Supergroups can be a tough hang. Like, I've never been in one. I imagine it's very difficult to balance, but they seem, by all accounts, to have done a fairly good job. Oh my lord, I'm off the road. I did not think that was possible.
Whoa!
Oh, it's because that guy. I didn't realize the other drivers were going to try and get me. Sorry, I'm naive. I thought we were all just sharing the road here. I thought this was more of just a game where you just like politely pass people.
Oh, you have to
Apparently
shoulder
it's
check too.
some kind of race.
Yeah.
So
You're this is the first supergroup with 4 lead singers. Is that right?
The Traveling Wilburys had 4 lead singers.
That's right. Sorry. Okay, the second group.
5 lead singers, in fact.
5?
Well, is Jeff Lynne a lead singer, I suppose?
I guess. What's happening here?
I guess I lost.
Oh, almost.
That's okay. That's okay. I like this one better.
Okay.
It's wicked, man. I mean, obviously, I also have my side projects,
let's talk about
so
yours.
certainly I would never begrudge anyone their side projects. And I like being able to be a fan of Dave's.
Start again.
Oh, really? I thought I was. Again, I was like, I'm doing really good. This is awesome. There was no curves, so it felt like I was just like, yeah, you go straight.
Hey, let's
How
talk
hard can
about
it be?
your how's that going? Your side project.
It's going great, man. The Girl from Material thing is.
Love
I mean,
the name, too.
thank you. I was kicking around for a long time. It predates the band. I knew I thought it'd be a good band name, and then I needed a band for it. And so once I wrote these songs, I was like, yeah, that's what I want.
Wow. That's cool, writing your own songs and then seeing it all materialize.
It's extremely cool, no pun intended, materialize.
Nah,
Crashes into a palm tree. That's what should happen to me every time I make a bad joke. I should be obliterated by an obstacle on the highway. I would not last long.
No.
So yeah, it's been kind of slow out of the gate because everyone's been so busy. Like obviously it would be, for you guys or for whoever, it's a lot easier if I can be like, here comes the Girl from Material record, and here's like a month-long tour that we can announce, because it just gives it that sort of patina of authenticity.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
This is so weird that almost you're getting close. Okay, let's switch back to the other one. You did good.
I thought I did good. I mean,
you did great.
For me, in video games, it's basically a matter of like, am I not embarrassing myself? I don't need to win.
No.
If I just look like I'm doing okay.
This game you might, but the other one.
I already did, so let's see if my...
All right, Dave described you as an aquarium, super talented writer, the funniest person.
Oh, that's wonderful. When did he say that?
He said it in the last time when he was playing.
That's so sweet.
He's a super talented writer. He's like a words person.
Yeah.
He's super creative. I think he might be the funniest person I know.
Huh?
He's an incredibly funny person.
I should have played Galaga. I can play that.
Oh, you want to play that?
No, he'll probably be better than me.
Hey, well, how would you describe Dave?
How would I describe Dave? He is a pure creator.
Yeah.
He's like his brain is just at the mercy of his muse, of his creativity. And when he has an idea, he just follows it like so faithfully for as long as it takes to get it to where he wants it to be. And it's a, hey, that's better than last. Yeah, I mean, and also he's, obviously incredibly smart and dedicated, and I've always been so envious of like the purity of his ideas.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I agree that I'm a good writer, if that's not too arrogant to say, but I've always had to like chase my ideas down and like really, sculpt them and chisel them. And I remember even in high school, like I really got into, I'm going to write short stories. I'm going to be that kind of writer.
Yeah.
And, I just, work and work and work trying to come up with cool ideas or whatever. And I remember once Dave was like, I don't know, I just thought of this idea for a short story. And I read it and I was like, this is so good. And you're not even like trying. Like you just came up. It's so imaginative. It's so like purely creative. And he's like that with everything. I mean, he'll just be like, I'm going to write a kid's song. Like, if I wrote a kid's song, it would be so mercenary. I'd be so thinky about it. And he'll just like write a really funny kid's song that people love. Yeah, I mean, I've always admired and been incredibly envious of his.
How would you describe Josh?
Josh is like the most solid person I've literally ever met. I realized Josh just moved away from Toronto, and as soon as he was gone, I realized how much I relied on him. Like he's just a guy, like if I need advice about something, I always ask him. If I need anything, he's really spatially inclined, like he's handy. He can fix things, he can install things. If you just give him any problem, he'll definitely have at least a good idea for what to do with it. Like especially if it's, installation or fixing or whatever.
And what about Greg?
What about Greg? Greg is like, man, he's like the most Greg person I've ever met. Greg's Greg. It's funny, Greg and I haven't lived in the same town in 5 or 6 years. So I have less of a beat on him. Like every time we see each other in the van, it feels like, oh my God, we're catching up after like a year and a half. I mean, Greg is hysterical. He like taught me how to be a good storyteller, if indeed I am a good storyteller. And he's also like really intensely dedicated to whatever he does. He works like I don't work very hard. If I'm not good at something the first time I try, I don't really like sticking with it. I don't know if you can tell from the video games. And Greg, like I've never seen anyone, when he's trying to learn something, he's so curious and dedicated. Like he's gotten really into recording and producing. And when we've been in the studio, he's always just like, when I'm in the studio, if they're miking the drums, I'm like, cool, call me when you're finished. I'll be next door drinking beer. Like, this isn't my part. My part is when the guitar amp is mic'd and I play the guitar. Oh, wow, I just exploded.
Well, there you go.
And Greg will be in there, like, helping coil cables, looking at where every mic's placed, taking pictures. Like,
I've seen him before.
It's really amazing how much he when he puts his mind to learning something. Dave's like that, too, actually.
Okay.
And then Josh just knows everything seemingly automatically. So I feel like I'm the least capable member of the band. But I talk the most.
Yeah, but your advice for those playing 1 weekend only at Banff? Wait, because you remember your time at...
I do remember my time at Banff.
What stood out for you there?
What stood out for me? You know what?
Other than me being on stage, I was like literally on stage with you guys because the room was so cramped.
Yeah, I remember that.
The fifth member.
It was a classic. I hope this won't sound derogatory because it's not meant that way, but it's one of those shows where you kind of have to like embrace it where it stands. Like, we got there in the middle of a tour and we have, a million tons of equipment that takes up a giant stage and all that stuff. And you go up the stairs into this like very small corner. And I remember at first being like annoyed. I was like, hey, I got a trophy. I was like, oh, we're not gonna be able to fit all our stuff. Like, come on, guys, can't we do this at a real venue or whatever? And then, then you just stop complaining and start going with the flow. And next thing you know, there is room for everything, and you've kind of got it wedged in, and you're meeting the challenge head on, and it becomes like its own atmosphere, and it gives the show it's a unique. It truly is one night only. If that's not too douchey to say. So be ready for that. But also, it's a late night, so pace yourself.
Well, that's good. Okay, and at the end of the day, so you complete that sentence. At the end of the day,
you get nothing from nothing.